Hey guys, welcome back. It's the Fight Nutritionist. Today's video is for all my fighters out there, and we're gonna be talking about acute weight loss methods to implement during fight week in order to prep your body right for the cut. All the methods I'm going to explain here are just a basic outline of tactics that can help manipulate weight loss in a safe and more effective manner in order to reduce the amount of water weight that needs to be cut prior to weigh-ins. I mean, you guys already know this, but severe dehydration can lead to some really serious health consequences. So we obviously want to mitigate the amount of water weight that we're losing during this time. All right, guys, it should also be noted that these methods are going to always be tailored to the individual, and how long or aggressive each method is going to be is going to depend on the weight of the fighter. And I would definitely recommend reaching out to a health professional or a registered dietitian like myself before implementing any of these tactics to make sure that you're doing everything right and you're executing them correctly. All right, so one tactic utilized during fight week is glycogen depletion. Again, glycogen is that stored form of carbs in our muscles. So glycogen also holds water. So by decreasing our carb intake and depleting muscle glycogen, we can remove some more water weight from our body. Again, depending on the weight of the individual during fight week, a low carb diet is usually implemented for about 3 to about 7 days. So, and that can equate to a body weight loss of about 2 to 4%. For those of you guys, if you're taking a short notice fight and you're a little bit heavier, and you're needing to cut a large amount of weight quickly, this method can usually be implemented for a longer period of time, maybe for a couple weeks in order to help bring that weight down. But kind of the caveat to that is that, if you're going really low carb, again, this is, a sport that demands really high intensity training. High intensity training requires carbohydrates. So by going really low carb, you're depleting throughout that stored energy you need for training, which can lead to, decreased energy availability and increased fatigue leading into your fight. All right, another method utilized for acute weight loss is fiber removal. Fiber holds water in our gut, so by removing really fibrous foods in our diet for about 3 to 4 days, that can equate to about a 1 to 2 pound weight loss during the week. So, examples of really high fiber foods include whole grains, sweet potatoes, beans, fruits with skin on the outside, really fibrous vegetables like broccoli and cauliflower. So this week, it's kind of counterintuitive to, what a healthy diet may be, but during this time, for fighters, we definitely want to start eating some low fiber foods, which would be things like white starches, fruits without skin. So things like bananas and applesauce are a really great option. Vegetables with a really high water content like bell peppers, zucchini, asparagus, spinach are all really great options. All right, following a low sodium diet is also a way to acutely drop weight. And I say low sodium and not no sodium because completely removing sodium from your diet would lead to some really serious health consequences. Again, our body needs sodium to function. Our cells need it, to function on a daily basis. So following a low sodium diet and not adding extra salt to your foods for about 4 to 5 days, during fight week before the cut is a really good way to prep the body to help drop some more water weight. Again, high salt foods to be wary of in your diet during this time, and ones that you're going to want to avoid are going to be any canned goods, baked bread products. Cheeses are really high in sodium. Deli meats are really high in sodium. Soup, sauces. So obviously, eating fresh foods, lean meats without any added sodium is going to be best. Obviously, during this time, our foods can be really bland without salt. So some really great options in order to, keep your food tasty during the week are obviously getting, maybe some Mrs. Dash seasoning, using fresh lemon or lime juice, and then obviously inclusion of fresh herbs is a really great way to flavor your food without using salt. All right, last but not least, we're gonna talk about water loading. So typically you want to initiate water loading 5 to 10 days out from the fight. The idea is that you increase your water intake daily or every couple of days to keep the body in a hyper-hydrated state. This helps prep the body to more easily sweat and let go of water during the cut. I know many of you probably decrease water intake as the week progresses during this time, but this will leave the body dehydrated and make it harder to cut weight when it comes to the water cut. And some of you guys are still training during this time too. So obviously we want to stay hydrated by increasing water during the week and decreasing, only the day before the water cut. Again, the amount of water you need will vary based on gender, weight, height, a lot of different factors. So make sure you talk with a registered health professional or a registered dietitian dietitian in order to determine like the appropriate amount of water you should be consuming during this time. All right, guys, so that's it for today. I hope you learned something. Again, if you have questions, comments, concerns, leave them below. Make sure to follow me on Instagram at The Fight Nutritionist or visit my website, thefightnutritionist.com. See you next week.